Okay, I
Okay,
said
hi.
hi.
Yeah, hi. Is everyone on?
You have to give me in.
Oh, um, yeah, hi, Instagram. How are y'all doing? Okay, how do I do that?
Invite.
Oh, no, no, no. Um, oops. I sent a request to you. Did you get it?
No. It kind of delayed a little bit on the Instagram.
Okay,
Yes.
well,
Got it.
okay, there you are.
There you are.
Okay,
Okay.
I hear somebody.
I'm down. Okay.
There we go. Okay,
Hey!
Instagram.
Are we
Hi.
live? Are we live?
YouTube, Facebook. Well, can you hear me, Lisa?
Yes, I can. Can you hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
Oh, dear.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Can I tell them what just happened?
Yes. What just happened in the last 2 minutes prior
Lord
to coming on?
Okay, I made a coffee cake because I thought, well, how cute. You know, we have our little coffee and we
Yes.
got our little bit of fudge. And of course, Lisa doesn't take a bite because she's on diet and I'm not supposed to be. Oh,
I'll
brothers.
take a bite.
But anyway, I was making a coffee cake. This is why it's very important to make sure when you bake something, you put it in the right size of pan. When I put the stuff in the pan, in like a cake pan, because I was making a coffee cake, I did not put it in a large enough. Oh, do you hear that?
You're
It'll
setting
go
your
away.
house on fire.
Anyway, I did not put the coffee in the right size pan. And so I thought, okay, maybe it'll work. And, you know, I'm not sure. Well, if you didn't hear about it, that was my fire alarm. Everything's good. Or my smoke alarm.
How do you
Everything
know
is
it's good? How do you know that?
Because I know. The oven is turned off. I took the coffee cake out, but it overflowed. And you know what happens when it overflows? Then it falls on the oven and then it starts burning. And so before we got on, I said, Lisa, this is a disaster. So I turned off my oven, took it out, and then the stuff on the bottom of the oven started flaming. Oh, gosh. See, people,
wow.
Even if you have cooked for a long time, things happen. And I'm thinking, so I have my door open to the backyard because
Get
just
some
to get
air.
some air in here. So
oh my
anyway,
gosh.
I almost did not make it today either.
It's never a dull moment at your house, ever.
So anyway, I cannot show you coffee cake. I think it will be very good. So that might go into my number 2, Amy Roloff's little cookbook. And so you might have to get that when we get it done, or I'll just put it out there. But the recipe will be coming. This time I will put it in the right proper pan so I can tell you.
Yes, let them know.
What size of pan you should put this thing in.
Let them know the right pan.
I forgot that some of the ingredients that I put in there, it like rises more than I thought.
Gosh. Oh my
so
gosh.
Anyway, and Chris isn't here. Chris is not here, so that might be my saving grace because we would have probably been in more chaos. He's on a short motorcycle ride visiting Rick, his good friend.
Oh, fun.
So anyway.
Oh my gosh, you have me in tears right now. I'm like, where did she go? We have to start in like 1 minute. We had 1 minute on the screen and I'm hearing this pots and pans banging and you're not here. And I'm like, where did she go?
Well, I didn't know what to do. I mean, you know, there were little flames, you know, because the food that fell on the bottom of the floor was like inflamed. And I'm like, okay, the oven is off, but this may not be good.
So what did you put on it?
I might have to do something. Well, of course, you know, don't put water on it. That's not good.
No.
Don't put any, so you want to douse it. So I just put a little bit of flour on it.
Oh my gosh.
So guess what I'm doing after this show?
Cleaning the oven.
I'm going to have to clean out the oven first and then do that little clean oven
Oh
button.
my gosh.
So anyway, you
That's
guys.
crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
thanks. Yeah, thanks you guys for joining us. I so appreciate it. I was bummed to have had to let Lisa know that I couldn't make it last week. But sometimes when filming happens, I need to be there. And unfortunately, I really don't get to know my schedule until that Monday, maybe. And we were having it Thursday or maybe Tuesday or something.
Last Tuesday.
And yeah, so I knew my schedule Monday and then chaos happened. So I appreciate you all being here. Some of you guys are on spring break, some of you aren't. So we thought we'd switch it up and have it on a Tuesday and stuff like that. So thank you all for being here. I so appreciate it.
Yeah. So we've got some shout outs. I want to say hi, first of all, to Aaron and Nick. They're always helping us with our comments on social media. We appreciate that. Also our marketing team, Method Agency, and Coruscant Media, which Naveed is on right now with us. We've gotten to this
and that
new
may
platform.
be why we're not having technical issues.
Yeah.
Thank you, Naveed.
he's our producer, so we're really happy to have him on board, and we're able to do Instagram, or well, we've got Instagram on our phone, but Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Yeah, I think we're doing Twitter as well. I'm not sure, but he can put some little comments in the side and let us know. Add to the chat if he wants.
Look at that. We've got Wisconsin. We've got West Virginia. We have Illinois. We have Philadelphia. You guys, hi.
Brazil,
Canada,
Chile.
And the UK. And, oh yeah, Chile on Instagram.
Ireland. Yay! Welcome
Tech
everybody.
Fun. Someone said tech fun. Oh, listen, it's my nightmare.
Yeah, we need help. Oh. We always need help. It's a part of our. I guess it's just part of what we do. You know, we're never going to perfect this.
Well, that and some people just have a mindset for it. I mean, to me, it's almost like a foreign language, especially at my age. It's like a foreign language. It just takes longer to get a grip on it. And other people are like, oh, yeah, I knew it yesterday. I'm like,
our brains are wired different. Our brains aren't wired for this because we're almost late 50s. We're late 50s, and our brains aren't wired.
I don't know about you.
Oh, yeah, this year's the big one for me, but oh well. Well, let's have a few more shout outs. We have Wendy Davis, who's a friend of Deb's. She wanted us to say hi to her, and we would say hi to Deb. So if you're watching, Deb, hey,
I think she's working today right now, but I don't know. Yes, hi, Deb.
And Carla from Tacoma, Washington. Teresa sends greetings from South Carolina. Jordan D is watching from Santa Cruz, California. Emily from Fargo, North Dakota.
Ooh, Fargo.
There, right? And our dear friend Bunny Bronson, who's in Port Orange, Florida. We're thinking of her today and hope she is on the mend. So our heart goes out to you, Bunny, for numerous reasons, and we just wanted to acknowledge you today. So
yes, some people are still facing some really some big heartaches and some devastation and sadness and challenges. So yeah, definitely a shout out to Bunny.
Yes. Okay.
Someone from Michigan was in Louisiana, and it's raining. So raining in Louisiana.
Oh,
I was debating whether to take this chat on my end outside because Lisa, it's sunny here. Is it sunny? 45 minutes from me.
Yeah, it's sunny over here too. It's
all right.
Very nice. So
we have Argentina. Spring. We have Queens, New York. We have Australia. Oh wow. My gosh.
Patricia, she said she knew Patricia Knight from Livonia. Someone just
Patricia
said
Knight is my mom.
That's I know that. Name. They mentioned that on Instagram.
Instagram, you happen so fast. So
yeah, hello. We'll try and catch that again.
Who knew my mom, Patricia Knight from Michigan? Yeah, Livonia.
Yeah.
Westland, Livonia.
I just thought
well, if you don't know, she's passed away. It'll be 2 years coming September.
I know.
Oh yeah, you know what? Someone I think all I saw was Colorado, and obviously that brings me to huge tragedy that just happened out there, and you know, why those types of things happen and why some individual felt the need or whatever was going on in his mental state to go and do that. I don't think we'll ever know why. And I think those things, unfortunately, will always happen in our world. It's sad. So my heart and prayers go out, both from Lisa and I, go out to all of those families. And the officer who, I don't know the details, but the officer who went in there to try and, you know, kind of lessen this whole event and tragedy. He died, and he had 7 kids.
Yeah.
He was only 51, 7 kids. Yeah. So our hearts go out to Colorado, the Boulder area, and all the families. And stuff
we love you guys out there, and we're just, our hearts and prayers are with you throughout this tough time. Words can't even really express how you feel. Even
though the country is, you know, all of us aren't from Boulder, Colorado, I think it touches us in a different way because it can happen anywhere, unfortunately. And and I just hope you guys lean on each other to heal and to stay strong during this challenge and come out of it staying strong. Yeah. Oh yeah, Port St. Lucie, Florida. Oh. Well, Port St. Lucie, Florida. I have a nephew that lives in Port St. Lucie.
You do? Wow.
Yeah, that's my sister's boy. So
interesting.
Anyway. So take care, Colorado.
Yes, take care. Let's do a few more here. So we have Becky. Let's see.
Yeah, Chile, Pennsylvania, Argentina.
Brenda loves your cooking shows. Mama Jerry, Carla. Yeah, she's following us.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm glad I wasn't videotaping this coffee cake. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you know what? I bet people would have really loved to have seen that because, you know, everything gets edited and we want everything perfect, but really that isn't how life is, right?
Oh, I should have taken a picture of the fire in my oven. Oh, Lord.
I'm just glad that the alarm isn't going off anymore.
Oh, no. But yeah, we had Queens, New York, the Bronx.
Banks, Oregon. Julie from Banks, Oregon.
Oh, wow, Banks.
Yeah, right by you. Kansas.
From Maine.
Jackie Nevada. From Maine.
Oh, in fact, Nevada. I just read to a first grade class. That was out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. A teacher contacted me, and this is that post that I did several weeks ago thinking, oh, who's going to ask? And then I'm bombarded. So if any of you guys have asked me and I didn't get back to you, I so apologize.
We need a plan.
I will better organize that next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But no, I had plans. But see, I love that spontaneity, you know?
It's good.
I'll keep doing it. Paisley, Scotland. Someone's from Scotland. Oh my goodness.
Heights, Indiana. Hershey, Pennsylvania. Oh, that makes me want to eat this fudge, that chocolate. Oh, well. So can you believe it's the middle of March already?
No, I can. I cannot believe it's the middle of March.
Yeah, I can't believe it. What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm doing a thing to Naveed. Can I go back and answer questions or thoughts from others on the chat?
Only
there you go. Anyway,
yeah.
Because as we mentioned before, the chat goes by so fast, you guys. I would love someone had like some testimonial thing and whatever, and I just wanted to read it, but it went by so fast.
Yeah.
So, well, recipes. I think the video's out. Recipes may come out for my banana. I call it chocolate chip, but it's really a cut up chocolate bars, or like, you know, the chocolate 4-ounce chocolate. I don't know what else to call it, because when you call it chocolate bars, it's not. I don't want people to think of it as candy. You know, it's the baking chocolate. That's what I said.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, I like those better than
there
the
you go.
Sometimes.
There's your testimonial. I'm so happy to share this testimony with joy when all hopes were lost.
Oh yeah.
I was suffering from HIV for 3 years until I came across a doctor.
Oh, this is a natural herb.
Online using these products.
Okay.
Great. Thank you, Naveed. Okay.
See, it went by so fast, I didn't know what it was.
Yes. Yeah. Well, let's talk about.
Yeah, people need to take care of ourselves however best we need to do that. So I am glad that that is working for you, overcoming such sometimes a horrible thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's Women's History Month. We kind of blew by that. I can't believe we're halfway through already March, and
you know the thing I can't keep up with. There's a day for everything. There's a pie day. In fact, I need to have a calendar that just gives me those days. So if a pie day is happening 2 weeks from now, I'm baking a pie, posting it on Pie Day. Or there's Cake Day, there's Chocolate Day, there's Pumpkin Day. Yeah. There's all sorts of days. This month is Women History Month, which I think is pretty phenomenal, especially what's been going on over the last several years. So I think you and I don't know, I gave this a lot of thought, really. And yeah, I think one of the big, I know my thoughts are going in every different direction. I think one of the things about something like this, like Black History Month, Women History Month, is that there's so much we've been able to do because of the women of the past. You know, our platforms and whatever we're able to do is because of what they did, and what they were able to accomplish back then was so tremendous, whether it be women's suffrage, you know, the right to vote, and even to work, even to own property, even to, you know, have, don't quote me, people, even to have like the same rights when it comes to the legal system. You know, back in the day, what you could say, I need help, or, you know, whatever in our legal system. So we owe a lot to so many people, you know, in the past. And I think, Lisa, you brought up one. We'll go over some of these women in the past, but someone real recently. I mean, she was a real fighter, but Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah. Yeah. I have her at the end.
Yeah. But I brought that up because sometimes we don't know about what women have done, even my mom, my own mom, or some of the other people, you know, that we've interacted with or we've known about until they pass away. And I sometimes think that's sad that we don't acknowledge them, or we couldn't say thank you while they were here, you know, among us. So,
well, I know that you and I kind of put a list together of people that we thought were influential in our lives, that were important. And I think the first one you came up with was Helen Keller, and also her teacher, Anne Sullivan.
Yeah.
I think give us a little history. What brought Helen Keller into your?
Well, I think one of the things that brought Helen Keller to my mind, to be such an advocate for the hearing and sight, the blind, an advocate for those types of disabilities back in the day when she was, you know, living, and when she was born, and in the early 1900s, and then having her parents have the wherewithal. I mean, back in those days, they were considered wealthy, but it's not like they had a ton of money and, you know, just flowing out, you know, the door. I mean, they really had to work and, you know, take care of her. But back in the day, Anne Sullivan, for her to be wanting, I mean, she was an immigrant. I think she was Irish, I believe. I'm not sure. But she didn't have anywhere to go. She was an immigrant, but to dedicate her whole life, she was with Helen Keller until she died. Yeah. To take care of her, to be her eyes, to be her hearing, to help her. Her teacher learned her, you know, sign language, you know, on her hand. And her ability to pick up so much and thrive, not only in the times that she was, but to thrive and have confidence and be strong and courageous in order to accomplish all that she had accomplished. I mean, she graduated from Radcliffe, top of her class. She, you know, she met presidents. She helped in passing, you know, I believe some laws, the Braille system. I I mean, she couldn't marry. Back in those days, because she had that disability, her parents and other people around her said, you can't marry because you should not marry because you have a disability. You cannot have kids. And I think just for me being a little person, when I started having kids, I would have people come up and, maybe say hi or something, but they would ask me, why did you have kids? Knowing that one of them could be a dwarf and have hardships or challenges or not be able to do things like, some of the other kids. So I just think what she did back then, though she was obviously more for the sight and the hearing, I think she made huge strides for those other disability groups to have a voice, to maybe speak up, and to also be included in, as the years went on.
Yeah, great. I know that a quote from Anne Sullivan is, children require guidance and sympathy far more than instruction. You agree?
I do, because sometimes we're so busy teaching that we don't really get to see them as children, as learning in different ways. And sometimes they just need a hug. Sometimes they just need an encouraging word, because that is a way in teaching them that you care, that you believe in them, and that they still have possibility and could go so much farther in their learning than, did you get the problem right? Or did you do this? Or did you do that?
Yeah.
So yeah,
no.
Okay.
Another woman that we came up with was Harriet Tubman. She was an American abolitionist and political activist. She made 13 missions to rescue enslaved people, including family and friends. She was a brave woman.
She was, and the risk that she took in her own life in order to save others, to be free, to have that experience, to be able to, just be able to do something beyond the predicament, the horrible predicament that they were in. I've always liked the story of Harriet Tubman, the real story, her life. Even growing up as a kid, I just thought, wow, to go in the dark, to take all these people and sometimes to confront, but in a way that you were able to still do what you wanted to do and not get caught. And she did so much. And she helped be a part of the Civil War in the North Side.
Yeah, she became a nurse and helped people. And then on top of that, she, let's see, there was something else in here that, she guided the raid, which liberated more than 700 enslaved people.
Yeah.
That's huge.
No, and today, 700 people, but back in that day, that was big. That was very, very
person,
huge.
Even one person is a life.
She became a strong leader and a woman role model, but also probably a mom to a lot of these individuals that she rescued and saved from slavery.
Who had to leave their families to be free.
I think about these two women and, just their bravery, just their willingness to really completely put themselves aside in order to do something for someone they don't even know. Like us moms, a lot of moms, my mom, so much of us put things aside, to help our kids, to support our family. And, we think of other women, single moms, their whole focus is, how do I take care of my kids? How do I provide a home? I need to work. Some of the jobs that they do, they probably don't want to do, or they know they could do better, but they've got to do something right now. But for someone to go above and beyond for someone else and to give up a life.
To have that passion.
Yeah.
And then we have Princess Diana.
Yeah.
She's another person. Her involvement with AIDS, mental illness, and children, landmines. She was the people's princess. She wasn't afraid to get her hands dirty and go out and be with kids and people with AIDS and hug them and give them compassion. And
well, I think what she did was open the door to the royal family. And so it wasn't just England. It was, like you said, she became the people's princess, all over the world. People got a glance. She became human and not so distant from the people that they serve. Because people will, what's that? What's the one quote? If you allow people to see you and, what you're willing to do and how you, gosh, what is that quote? Something about leadership, that people will follow, people will support you if you let them in, if you allow them to do that. And, we all know Princess Diana did not have an easy life. She was, she was a little troubled herself, and, being in that kind of relationship and whatever it was. But more than that, I think her involvement with AIDS back in the day when it wasn't cool to do what she did.
Well, people were afraid of AIDS.
And to recognize mental illness, to bring that out in the open and be aware, help us all to be that, this is an issue. We have to think about it. We have to care. We have to have compassion and reach out to people and help them as best we can. And then, children too, so.
And then, Michelle Obama, what a wonderful person. I mean, she graduated from Harvard and Princeton Law School. I mean, wow. And first lady, role model for women, advocate for poverty awareness, education, nutrition, physical activity, and
just being the first Black American, first lady. I mean, that is huge. And like you said, Lisa, she was an advocate for children. She was an advocate for single moms, families, low income. I think she really changed, or had a big part in changing the nutrition value in schools and our lunches, and bringing the awareness that we need to help our kids get out and be active and eat better. I don't know. I think what she advocated in those areas, but was big. I think it did change. It did change things. And it's those people that I think bring that up, start a new mission, a new awareness. It now becomes our responsibility within our own communities and being a part of our own school system or school districts or however way you can, because Michelle Obama is no longer first lady. We have another first lady, and there'll be another first lady after that. There'll be first ladies before that. And first ladies really have to find out where their passion is in order to make that difference. Just like I love Barbara Bush and Laura Bush. They were really for education and reading, helping get to kids read. But we as the people also have to help them to carry that on and not have it go away just because they're no longer in the position that they're in.
Well, I have somebody that I'd like to recognize, and her name is Amy Roloff.
Oh, gosh.
You blazed a trail for showing that we have more in common. People have more in common with each other than not. And to bring your differences to the whole world. As you see on here, we've got people right now from Venezuela, Dominican Republic. You have taken your story and you've been very brave, because I know you don't like to be vulnerable. And there's a lot of times you've had to be vulnerable through your life on the show. So my shout outs to you.
Well, I appreciate that big kudos.
Yeah. You're one of my heroes.
Yeah. Though I did not originally want to do this show, I think that underlying main purpose why we did it, to educate and advocate not only for little people, but people of physical differences. Whether you're an amputee, whether you're in a wheelchair, whether you're short, tall, whatever, medical situation you may be in that people can see as a physical disability. I think we were maybe one of the first long, not just like a movie event, but a series, like episode after episode, that, maybe we cracked the door a little bit on that.
I think you did. I think you did.
At least to give people a voice. Obviously when we find ourselves in these positions, I think the main thing is hopefully we open the door a little bit, like I was saying before, so that other little people or other people with physical differences can have something to stand on and say, wait a minute, I can do this, and this is how. Helping them to communicate to others that say, no, you can't. It's like, yes, just give me an opportunity,
Well, and I think you mentioned, we might not have time to mention all, but you had a few that were influential in your life that were little people that helped you.
Yeah. In fact, I reached out to this group chat that I'm a part of with some other little people women. Great, good women. And they each had an individual that impacted them within their own community. Not only to be involved in the Little People of America organization, but at least within their community, wherever they may be, to believe more in themselves, to, go after their dreams or their passions, or open the door a little bit that there's more possibilities than there's not. And one of them was Angela Van Etten. She was a lawyer, and she was very much an advocate for passing some laws or regulations, especially when it came to architectural, meaning the ramps for wheelchairs. Why are they always in the far end of the building and not part of the main entrance like everyone else goes through? She was a part of, and it was a fight. I remember this back in the day. I probably was 13, 14 years older. Who knows? But she was also a part of going up against Congress and stuff like that, of lowering the ATMs because they were always up so high. Well, what about people in wheelchairs, or for little people, to lower them so that we had more of an opportunity to use those types of devices like everyone else? Because
what a great example.
Because look at where we're at right now. I mean, ATMs, or we're just doing everything on the phone now, or the computer. But ATMs were just become really big back then. I think Marge Carlisle, to me, she was a fighter. Man, was she a fighter. But she was strong. She did not put up with no very well. But she was a teacher. She was a special education teacher, and she really advocated for the little people community where she was at. And she was very strong. I just really, it was, when you feel weak or you don't feel you're able to do something, it's always nice to look at someone who seems to have that strength, who just, methodically just keeps fighting and fighting. It propels you to want to do that, even if it's in a much smaller way, but to do that for yourself. Yeah. And there's definitely other people that were really big. Mary Kitchens, we have a big scholarship through the organization that for first timers, so they can apply for that if they don't have the finances, because a lot of little people have never seen another little person before. And I tell you, going to a Little People of America conference, a national conference, or even your local district, if you've never seen another little person, from my own experience, it's an eye opener. I mean, I put it in my book. The first time I went, I thought, there's no way on this green planet I look like any of you. But so even myself, I had to get over the initial, like, wait a minute, what? Because it's that back and forth mental game you play. You're different, but no, that's not how I look.
You're trying to fit in.
No.
Yeah.
But now you saw what other people were seeing, but it also gives you a more realistic, I don't know, what should I say? It gives you a more realistic value of yourself. And I'm not saying worse or less, but I think it almost strengthens it, because you're not like wondering. You're like, no, this is it. So, okay, if this is it, what do I do with it? Oh, this is what I can do with it. These short arms and short legs and all this other stuff. So anyway,
Make it work. Be blessed that you have the capacity to do what you can do.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of women in history that we can give a big, huge thanks on. But I think there's been many more women in today's day, like the CEO of GM. You know, we've got one of the top women at Facebook. You know, women are definitely making their stride, and that's powerful. It's really good.
Very. Well, I think you had said, kind of in conclusion to the women's, you know, month, your mom was a big influence, and that you had a lot of respect for her, and she kind of blazed a trail as well.
Well, for me, she did, because all I can remember back in the day in the late 60s, I mean, I knew women worked, I guess, but we were in a working class neighborhood. I mean, it was average little neighborhood, but it was a good neighborhood. You know, nice, you know, all the houses were the same pretty much. And it was that type of neighborhood where a lot of people were coming back from either World War II or definitely from the Korean War, and out in, you know, the suburbs of Detroit. Anyway, so, you know, she went back to, you know, she went to work. She wanted to go back to work. She was a stay-at-home mom, but she came to the point when my brother was ready to go to preschool, she went back to work. And I don't know, to me, that was just normal. My mom worked. She worked for 35 years. But what later on in life, like I mentioned before, it's kind of sad that I did not know a lot more about, I've mentioned this before, I did not know a lot more about my mom because I was not an adult in Michigan to interact with her as an adult growing up, like in my late 20s and 30s, 40s, you know. And it was only when she passed away that I learned so much more about her. I mean, she worked, she was involved in things, activities. Obviously, you know, she cared. She was a mom too, and but just managing all of these things, but still carving out little moments for herself to you know, have some friends, be a part of some things, and you know, you can't have it all. There's always got to be a sacrifice somewhere. But I think she was a lot better mom working than she would have been an at-home mom. I think she would have been a little more frustrated. I think she would have regretted not doing something. And I think she showed us, as my two other sisters, that just because you work doesn't mean, especially back in that day, of course, there's a lot of women working now, but back in that day, it's okay. You know, you can still be strong and work and still be a good mom.
I think that's where you got your independence for sure.
Probably.
It was from her. Yeah, that's awesome.
I love tradition. But don't mess with me. That's what I tell Chris. Don't mess with me.
Don't mess with me. Oh, yeah. And I just wanted to just share it with my mom too.
Yeah,
she came out in the 40s. She was from a little town called Christine, North Dakota. And she came out at 18 to work on the warships because there was no work back there. She was the oldest of 9, and she had a steamer trunk, which I still have. And she rented a room from a family and went to the shipyards. And she was Rosie, the welder, you know. But you would never have known that of her. She was a little more, what's the word I want to use? That she was not a like strong person. She seemed a little more not fragile, but I just couldn't imagine her doing it. But she got out there and welded steel, and she well,
sometimes women can have a quiet determination, a quiet force about them.
Yeah. So I was very impressed for her to have come out by herself. Again, oldest of 9 kids, and just, you know, work so that she could send money home to feed her family. So
because when did she do that? I mean, that must have been in the mid 50s,
no,
to late 50s.
40s, World War II.
Well, how old was your mom?
My mom?
Well, how old was she when she died?
80.
And how many years ago?
40s. 14 years now, 15 years. Yeah. No, they got married. My
Oh.
dad, she met my dad. He was actually her
So
supervisor.
she was probably about 10 years older than my mom. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, she was in the 40s. Your mom was
Okay.
50s with the car. Yeah, when she worked for the university, right? Your mom worked for the university.
No, in the late 60s. She was born in 1932, I think.
Yeah, mine was
Or
born
33.
in 26.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, got it.
So, yeah.
No, back in those
No.
days, yeah, a single woman coming out like that, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, that is huge, huge.
Now, did she work while you were growing up?
No, at first she didn't, and then she wanted something to do, so she went and started working with the school district, and she was a cook for the
Oh, yeah.
lunches. So
Good.
she'd go early and bake and do different
Yeah.
things, cooking, and then bring some of that good food home.
Okay,
And
well, maybe that'll be my next job in my later
Well,
years of life.
it was great because she had weekends off, she had holidays off, and she just did it for something to do. So, yeah.
I'll just
it was
let them know that I won't burn the food in the oven.
No, catch the oven on fire, not just burn the food.
Yeah, catch the oven on fire. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Okay,
No, but
let's do
see, yeah, so I mean, those are great. It's definitely, that's why you can't erase the past. You should not. And you should not forget about it. The only thing is don't dwell on it. We can still learn so much from history. But if we go and manipulate it to fit today's day, I think we're definitely going to miss so much of what women and anybody really had to face back in those days, and the accomplishment, the hardship, the challenges that they had to overcome in order to get where they wanted to go and succeed and still be those role models for us. I'm a big fan of, keeping the past alive, but not to the point, obviously, living in it. It's just like our own individual lives. Yeah, we might have made mistakes or wish we could change some things. Just recognize it, shelve it until you have to go back to it. But, focus on today and what you hope to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to give a few more shout outs. This David.
Me too, you guys. Thank you, everyone, for being here and listening to us.
We have David Shakes from Wigan, England. He's asked a few times. And then James Marriott wants to say happy birthday to his wife, Jackie, who's turned 50. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no.
And then a shout out to foster parents and adopted parents in their homes. We want to shout out to them too, because that's a big job in itself. So kudos to you guys.
No, very much. No, big kudos. I'm trying to read all these messages. Naveed's going to have to get back to me because there are some really good conversations here about other people. And I hope I can go back like I was able to when we were on the other platform.
Yes, we can. It's all on the Facebook. And we'll come back in after we're done and try to answer some questions. Ooh, Marcy from Redmond, Oregon. That's over by Jacob and Izzy.
Yeah, it is. I see Michigan. Oh, Huntsville, Alabama. Yep.
Ooh.
Tuscumbia, if I'm pronouncing it right. That's where Helen Keller was born. Tuscumbia, or where she grew up. Because I went there. I visited her house. Love that little town.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there are a few of you from Scotland here, Louise.
I'm from Boston. My daughter's in Boston.
Oh, there's Utah. There's Venezuela.
Illinois. Columbus.
Germany.
North Carolina.
Delaware.
Oh, they're coming up now. Talladega.
Southern Cal. Pittsburgh. Argentina.
Australia, Marissa T.
Yeah, this is huge, you guys.
We love you guys. So thank you for tuning into us and sharing this conversation. We say this every time, but it just feels like these are all our friends, and we're just sitting here drinking our coffee, chatting away, eating some fudge. Are you going to eat some fudge?
Absolutely. You know what? I love both of these. I love both of these, but
tart lemon and dark chocolate
lemon is really good too, especially for spring and Easter's coming around. And I don't even know what I'm doing for Easter. I better check into that.
That's a question on here. Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know. It's coming up so fast.
Oh my God.
I got to see what my kids are doing.
This is
See
so
if they
good.
want to come over for dinner. Oh, yeah.
It's tart, and it almost makes your mouth water because it's tart, but then it gets sweet. Oh my
yeah.
God. I just let it melt in my mouth. Mmm.
And this is chocolate?
Dark chocolate. Oh, toffee.
Chocolate caramel toffee.
Mmm.
How can you go wrong with that?
Mm-mm. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a giveaway. We'll pick 2 people, and Naveed, you can pick people that are on here. And we're going to give away a coffee. Let me put it up here. This is our coffee. We sell this separate, and then we also have it as a coffee combo with the fudge. So we'll give away 2.
It's a coffee combo with chocolate fudge, right?
This one.
Or with both of these.
Yeah, with both of these.
Oh.
So we're going to give away 2 of these. So go just put in there, I love fudge. And then anybody that puts I love fudge, then we'll pick 2 people at the end, and we'll so just put in there, I love fudge, and then we'll pick you guys. Good luck. Fudge. And if not, you can get it at Amy Roloff's
that goes to Instagram and Facebook and maybe even YouTube. Yep, YouTube. Yeah. So we might have to give 3 out. One for YouTube, and Twitter. One for Facebook, one for IG.
And Twitter. Actually, there's 4, so we'll do 4. One
I
for
had
each.
To correct her, people.
Because we're expanding. Before it was just our little old Facebook,
and we are, see this, Gather with Amy. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I love this.
Oh, you know what? Since I have you all on here, YouTube, Facebook, IG, Twitter, I want to come out with some other T-shirts. But I'm not going to come out with anything if no one really cares or wants them. I was going to come out with one that says gather, because I love that word gather. You know how it is? Gather right here. Gather ... And I was going to say gather ... in love and kindness. Gather ... What did I say? Around the table.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a third. Oh yeah,
gather
the third
in
one.
Conversation.
The third one I wanted was just AMVP. Helping us all to believe that we are the most valuable player, but it's a takeoff from that in checking in with ourselves on our attitude and acceptance, and always knowing and believing that we do matter, we do have value, and we do have a purpose. So I guess awesome. It's like 3 T-shirts with those things. So anyway, let me know your thoughts if that would be something that you would wear, because I know I would wear it, or I wouldn't have come up with it. But I think those 3 things really speak about what ARLK and Amy Roloff is all about. Wouldn't you say, Lisa?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. So people want to know where you got your mug. Put your mug back up.
Oh, These Amy Roloff's little kitchen. Oh, hang on.
There you go.
1 second.
What? Oh, dear. I don't think her oven's on fire again. What is going on there? What are you doing?
Okay. I love these so much that I needed them in all different colors. See? Gather with Amy. This is a yellow one. Gather for coffee. This is the purple one. And this says gather in the kitchen.
I love that one. That's really
like that one.
Easter.
And then this
spring.
one is a very light blue. Oh, and this one says gather in the kitchen too. I don't know. This is a takeoff from something of a hotel that I go to every year for dinner when I go to Mackinac Island. It's called the Iroquois Hotel. And I asked them years ago because they had these really cute little coffee mugs and it had stripes on them. It was kind of like this lime green, this yellow, orange, and this lavender. And I said, I want it. And I have them here. I said, I want it. And how can I get those? Well, we really don't, sell them at all. I said, please, I would just really like that because that's what I do. I like them. And so they gave it to me. So
wow, that's cool.
That's why I love my little mugs.
Mine is the camping mug, so it's kind of a tin. And
well,
I
camping
love that
ones
one
I
too.
like too. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we have those up right now because they're usually coming out just about the holidays. But I love the ones where it says grandma and grandpa. So you can give your grandkids those. And when they come over, they have their own little special cup. You know, gather with grandma, gather with grandpa.
That's great.
So,
well, let's go for some questions.
oh, yeah.
Christy M on Facebook asked, have you decided on your honeymoon destination?
Okay, honeymoon destination. Well, because we're not sure what COVID is doing and what each state's doing and what we can do, we kind of have two places in mind, and we really haven't made up our mind. One of them may be Hawaii, and one of them may be near Belize and Roatan. So if we go to Hawaii this year, then next year, both Chris and I know I'm saying my age, but I'm young at heart. We're both turning 60, and it's our first year anniversary. So we want to do a big trip then as well. So whatever we don't do, we may do that or pick something else.
You know, Deb and I want to crash your honeymoon.
Oh, I think that would be a hoot. Oh, I think that would be a hoot.
We're going to be in the bushes saying, Amy, psst, psst, come here.
No, what I'll say is like, Chris, can you believe it? Who found out that we were here? Paparazzi!
Oh, not like you haven't had that before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was strange. It was when Matt and we went to Hawaii long ago.
Yes, I remember those.
I tell you, man, it's like the weirdest thing.
Weird.
You know, I'm just walking along the beach and everything, and you know how sometimes you just get this sense? And I just looked over there, and this like, I mean, there were other people on the beach, but this one guy was like in this little hole or something in the rocks, you know, and on the beach near the hotel. And, you know, then you focus a little more, and then you see the long camera. And I'm like, oh, dear.
Really? Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway. That's crazy. All right, here's another one. Yeah. How are the grandkids doing?
You know, I think all the grandkids are doing really, really good. It's like suddenly, how can my Ember, my oldest granddaughter, she'll be 4 in September, and she's taking ballet. So if you guys haven't seen my Facebook and Instagram post, I took a picture that Audrey had posted. I'm like, man, what? And then there was this cute little picture of Lila. She's doing really, really great. You know, she just turns around with this little coy little smile that Tori captured and sent to me. And I thought, adorable, just adorable. So they're both doing good. Jackson, he's going to be 4 here pretty soon. He's going to be starting school. And he's just, he's starting to have this personality. And it's almost like comical in a lot of ways. I'm like, oh, they're going to have their hands full with this one.
Oh, yeah. It was fun. You had him the other day. You watched him for a little bit and called me. And Jackson was just talking up a storm.
Yeah.
He wanted, what was it? Oh, he was eating candy. I think you gave him some candy. Am I supposed to tell that?
Really? What? Did I give him candy? Like what? Oh, dear.
Oh, well, anyway, he really liked it. Jelly.
And then there's Bodie. Bodie is this like constant smiley kid.
Oh, such a sweetie.
I can't even believe it. It's like 14 months old already.
I know. That went by so fast.
Yeah. So no, all the kids are great. I obviously don't spend as much time with them as I would like. You know, not only are they busy, but with filming and then, you know, doing the cooking videos and, you know, doing some other things and everything.
Yeah. Pretty fun.
But I love it when I see them.
I know, they're so sweet. So sweet.
Okay, what recipes am I working on?
Yeah, let us know.
Okay, you're going to have key lime pie. You know what? I like old school recipes. I like going back to my childhood, revamping some of those recipes a little bit, that Midwest comfort food. So we're having split pea and ham soup, key lime pie, coconut cream pie, and I just found out that was Chris's favorite. You're going to have cherry pie, Salisbury steak. You're going to have, I think it might be up right now, but chicken with Parmesan breadcrumbs, And
you passed the test. You said Parmesan.
I tell you,
Good
I say
job.
it mentally in my mind. And I made this Alfredo sauce. I was looking on all these different recipes because usually I use an Alfredo sauce. Not all the time. I'd have to say that not all the time. But this time I made it separately and then added the noodles instead of just adding all of it to the noodles and just mixing it all up and having it cook within the thing. But I did not put flour in it to help thicken it. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So anyway, that is my go-to recipe because it's easy. Or anything that is like a chicken piccata or chicken and lemon go-to recipe. What else?
Well,
there's some other stuff. I'm going to make it. What?
I can attest. I just had your split pea and ham soup and that key lime pie you had a soup night.
Yeah, I had soup night.
It was amazing. It was so good. It was rich and hearty, and the key lime pie, you had added a few ingredients that I hadn't done in a key lime pie before, and it really was good. It was.
Well, you and I had talked about it, and I will admit, you know, why they call it key lime pie is because down in Florida and probably the Caribbean a little bit, but down in Florida, key limes are key. Because if you really use the key lime, they're really small, and you'd have to use a ton of them to get the amount of juice that you would like. And regular limes will do. I mean, that's okay. But there's just something about, I know, I think I'm getting a stuffed nose because of the smoke.
I can hear you. Are you okay?
Because of the smoke in my house.
Oh no. Are you okay?
When it gets...
I'm going to send you some oxygen.
No, I'm going to say, well, aren't you glad you weren't home for dinner?
I almost burned the house down.
I think it's called Nellie and Joe's. That's the only kind of lime juice.
Key lime juice.
That was key lime juice that I could find in our grocery store. There might be others out there, but that's all that we had was Nellie and Joe's key lime juice. Yeah. The best, people. Just the best. Anyway.
That's what I've always used.
I was proud of myself. I thought it turned out pretty good.
But Amy's recipe has a lot more in it than the key lime juice recipe on the back, the pie recipe. So you have to wait for her recipe to come out because it totally enhanced that pie.
I just sent wonderful Naveed the videos. I just sent Naveed the videos, so he will edit those because it's just me filming these. So you don't want a lot of blank of nothing. There's this one part where I'm split ham. The split pea and ham soup, where I'm, cutting up the ham. Well, it's a ham shank. That was messy. So Naveed just have like a minute of that. And I forgot, poor Naveed. I forgot the video was going. And so I'm trying to send him like a 38-minute
video.
Oh, dear.
We love Naveed. Hey, Naveed, say hi on here if you can. Everybody... We couldn't do this without him. So
the thing is, I'm hoping he will get it.
Yeah.
So, because I may not be able to upload it.
He's our great producer. We love working with him and really appreciate all that he does for us. Someone wanted to know if you could get that the key lime juice at Fred Meyer. So they have to be local because that's like a Kroger. We have Fred Meyer here. They're part of the Kroger family. Yes, you can buy it at
I
Fred
think
Meyer.
So. I think I happen to find mine at a Safeway.
Most all grocery stores. So,
but like in the southern states, they might have some other key lime juice by someone else. But here, it's called Nellie and Joe's. But Fred Meyer, Safeway. And
really good. Really good.
Okay, I love this question. How long have you been in your new home? Getting used to the change, is it easier or harder than you thought? It's funny because Chris and I just had a discussion.
Oh, do tell. We love this juicy gossip. Come on now. Well, everybody want to hear what she has to say?
Well, I've been in this house. I can't even believe this. It's been almost 14 months, almost 16 months because I moved in the December 19, 2019. So I've been in it all of 20. Now into 2021. So, I am getting used to it, but I think now that spring and summer is here, I think I always will. It'll always be something that's tucked away. I really do miss the space in the sense of going out your front door and crossing the street and there's not another house in front of you. You know, going out the front door and just having all of this property that you can walk on and, you know, you just have room. Right. I think when I first moved here, it was like, man, I feel so claustrophobic. You know, it's like, you know, on one of the old shows where they're stuck in this room and the walls come in.
Oh yeah, they're squeezing in.
You got to try and escape out or something.
Right.
When I moved to the neighborhood, it's like, wow, you know, is this all going to close in on me? So yes, I am getting used to it. It's a nice neighborhood.
Super nice neighbors.
Good house and everything, but I will always miss that space. Even if I was on a half acre, I would feel a lot better than just being on a lot.
Well, I mean, I think you always kind of said that maybe this is your stepping stone house. Yes. That you might look at something when you go to retire.
And this was really good. I mean, I love where we're at, and I am getting used to it. So let's bring us back to this crazy discussion that we had.
Yeah.
So I have this wall. You know, everyone has like a picture wall, a family wall, and frames and all this other stuff. Well, I'm trying to rack my brain as how do I want that to look? All different colors of frames, or are they all the same size? Well, having things all the same size and in this orderly little thing, I'm like, well, that's not fun. You know, I want kind of staggered and interesting. Well, Chris goes, Amy, we've been in this house for a while. Still haven't seen any pictures up.
Of him? Oh, pictures up in the house?
Yeah, pictures up like in the house. He goes, well, you know, I got those one pictures done and you're just leaning up against the desk in our office. And I'm like, oh dear. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But I said, Chris, I have so many pictures. You know how long it's going to take to pick and choose what pictures I want and all this stuff. So that was we've been in the house long enough. So it would be nice if we had some pictures up of people. And I so agree with them because we need to, it makes a home. It makes it feel more welcome that these are the people that mean a lot to you or come to your home and stuff like that. So.
No, that makes sense.
I guess it wasn't that big of a conversation, but it was big when we had it.
I thought we were going to get some juicy gossip. Please.
Well, he was kind of mad because he thinks I take a long time in doing things, and I guess Lisa can attest to that as well.
But you like what you like, and so you take your time to get what.
Well,
what you like.
I'm trying to get a vision for it. I have this one sign that says joy on it. And I'm going to put that as the base, like the center, and all the pictures will, go around it because these people bring me joy. Chris brings me joy, my kids, my family, my friends, and, stuff like that. So,
anyway. That would be nice. Well, hey, you know what? It's after 5 already. We have a few more subjects to talk about. Maybe, what are your spring? Are you going to be planting flowers for spring or Easter plans? You kind of mentioned Easter plans. You didn't know yet.
Okay. The dirt around in my backyard is not very good dirt, but walking around the neighborhood and seeing all the crocuses and tulips and daffodils and everything, I told Chris, okay, that's what we're going to do next year. So I'm going to buy a bunch of bulbs and then I'm going to plant them, in the fall. So that they'll come up during the spring, so that we have some spring flowers, coming up. The people that lived, the people that lived here before really did a good job in the backyard with bushes and trees and stuff like that. But it's very hard to plant or replace a plant, I think, because the dirt is horrible. So I'll go out and buy some flowers, maybe mid-April or something, and put them in some pots and get some color in the yard and stuff like that. Did you get
those bulbs? You and I went to
I know I got an email. When I mentioned bulbs. Yeah. Did you buy any?
Yes, and I got a box. It was delivered to my house of bulbs that we picked out.
Oh, you know what? Because I probably said I was going to pick them up.
You did, and I had mine shipped to me. Oh, so you have to go get them. Well, we can go together.
I got to go do that. I'm doing that this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to ask you that.
Well, those bulbs are lilies. But the thing is, do we
Lily
plant them
fest.
now?
That's a good question. Maybe someone could help us on here because I thought you planted those in the fall, but she said you'll get them in the spring to plant. So, but these are lilies because we went to a lily fest.
Well, there should be a piece of paper in that box, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll have to look.
Well, I think Becky from Arizona asked who your female heroes are. I mean, we went back in women history and we said that, but I would say mom, your mom, you know, us. And I'm sure there's a lot of other women, at least at that moment, that we needed them in our life or in our world, you know, made that difference. And, but I don't, you know, besides my mom, I don't have a real prominent one that says absolutely, you know. I think, you know, a lot of what I know of my friends and the things that they have accomplished, you know, some of them, and I mean, I didn't have to do that, and you know, they've made it. So,
yeah.
I guess what's your favorite Easter or spring recipes? My thing is always a honey baked ham, but Chris doesn't like sweet on meat, so I don't know. But ham, I usually have a ham.
One.
But smoked one. I did that last year, and that was really good. The other one is I really like making quiche at Easter time. It can be a smoked salmon with either cream cheese or goat cheese. I know you don't like goat cheese, but one of those white cheeses that melts with a little dill and stuff like that. Quiche grains a very common one, but I think another one. Using some of the spring vegetables would either be peas and asparagus with very thinly cut onions. And that with Parmesan or no, you need a melting cheese. So I would probably use Swiss on that one. But yeah.
Oh yeah, Swiss would be good.
I like a quiche.
Cool.
Oh yeah, what's for dessert? What's for dessert?
Oh.
What do I want to make for dessert?
You should make like you've made your coconut cake already, right?
Yeah, well, I could remake that, a coconut cake or the coconut cream pie.
That just reminds me of Easter.
Or key lime pie. Or no, the other thing I really love to do, well, the lemon fudge would be a lemon pound cake or a lemon cake. Or I think it's up on Amy Roloff's little kitchen right now, but because I like lemon during this time.
Yes.
My lemon bars. I call them lemon sunshine bars.
Oh, yes.
Because it reminds me of a little sunshine. But I really like those. So try that recipe
would be
out.
Perfect. That'd be great. Well, let's look at some more questions. Let's see. Homemade recipe for homemade biscotti or biscotti. I have
biscotti.
My aunt.
You do.
I have one. I'll share it with you, and you can
really
make that. Yes, my
Italian. I have been asking her.
My Italian aunt. She shared that with us. She was the one who worked with Providence Child Center. She was one of the quilters.
Well, I want that because I really don't have one, and I've always been because you know me. I love that crunch.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Okay, I'll share that with you.
Yeah. So look for that, you guys. We're gonna make that. The other thing I made, but I didn't do a video on it, I don't think. I'm going to go check it out. Did I make a video on it? I can't remember. Because I'm not sure if it's in my first Amy Roloff's little cookbook version 1, book 1. Chocolate chip everything but the kitchen sink chocolate chip cookies.
Ooh.
So if you have M&M's like pretzels, potato chips, coconut, nuts, you know.
We did do one video with what's his name from Hungry Hero, and we threw a bunch of things in the chocolate chips. We have that video. I think that's out.
But I don't think I have the recipe. I think I want to make a recipe or a video with just me doing it. I tell you, I made them big because who did I have over?
So it's like the size of 4 cookies instead of.
Oh my gosh, who did I have over? I had someone over. I can't even remember. Anyway, I loved them. They were big. They were like monster cookies and just the crunch of the pretzels. And I always like nuts sometimes, and the chocolate and the coconut and the pretzels. Yeah. And there weren't enough potato chips because I would have thrown that in there too. But I loved it. So anyway, might throw that recipe out there.
One thing we haven't talked about are cocktails. We might want to do just a thing on cocktails sometimes. Some yummy spring drinks that we could come up with. Maybe make something up, something that's unique. Yeah. That would be good.
I'll see if I can read anybody who's on.
Well, I think we're kind of coming to
see, someone just wrote, you plant lily bulbs in the fall.
Someone else on here said, though, that you could plant them anytime, and you could plant them now and they might come up. I saw that on here too. I think when I go pick them up,
I think when I go pick them up, I'm going to ask them. I should have had them delivered, but they're just up the road here.
Yeah. I gave them to my older son to plant in their yard because we're in a condo. So I gave them to plant in the yard. So that'll be good.
That's cool.
Grapefruit juice and champagne. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. That's like a mimosa.
Yeah, but with grapefruit. Mm.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how I always have my mimosas, because orange juice to me was a little too sweet, but with the grapefruit, it's got that little tartness.
Yeah. I want to say hello to Diane. It's her birthday.
Oh, someone said, yes, please give us drink recipes.
Yeah, I think we should have
I'll try.
I'll help her. We'll come up with some different things. And someone said infused drinks where like you soak the jalapeno in the tequila and it makes kind of a spicy alcohol. Yeah. Or mocktails too.
Yeah, I think mocktails would be kind of good.
Yeah, and then you could add liquor to them. So peach schnapps and orange juice, that's very good. Peach schnapps is really good. Ooh, I'm going to write some of these down.
I know, you guys are going to have to share some of your drink recipes.
Yeah, put them on here. I'll write them down, and maybe we can come up with a collaborative.
I know. What are the spring flowers? Well, I just bought a bunch of tulips. I wonder if you can see them here. Oh, you can barely see them, but anyway. Yeah, see, I bought some tulips from from a local farmer. Sorry, Instagram. Where can I see you?
Uh-oh. Where'd you go?
Wait, what? I'm here.
Oh, yeah, there's the tulips.
Yeah, tulips. Well, I had to show Instagram.
So pretty.
Anyway.
Yeah, somebody said kid-friendly meals. Funny you say that, because we're going to do a video on some kid-friendly meals too.
Well, it's I think it depends if you have someone picky. Because I think the thing that I did, pasta was really a good friend of mine, and I like pasta. So I would definitely still add the things into the pasta that I liked and fed it to my kids when they were younger, but I may not put all the vegetables in them because, I still wanted them to like the meal. So if I knew that they liked this vegetable or something, I put that in there. But for mine, I'd add something else. Mm-hmm. Chicken's always a good thing. Fish, fish may be a little iffy.
Yeah.
But salmon, I think all my kids like salmon, the older that they got as kids. But yeah, I'll try and figure that out. But I usually try and have my kids eat what I eat, just modified.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree.
So yeah.
Well, I think that's it. Just some upcoming events that we're going to have on Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. Izzy, who is Amy's daughter-in-law. Do you have her artwork there by any chance? She was
not that. I haven't received it yet.
Oh, okay. We are going to post. She's a great artist. We love.
If you want to see some of the stuff that she's doing, but it may not be exactly what we have at Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen, but you can follow her at Art by Izzy.
Yeah, and we will be carrying some of her prints. Yeah. So look for those to come, and they're going to be spring kind of colors, and so it might be.
Yeah, really I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah. So That's up and coming. And then we still have our bracelets, nuts, scrubs, candles.
I can't believe I
MVP
didn't have
necklace.
my bracelet on right now.
Oh,
What in the
I
world?
didn't have one right
Yeah,
there.
the bracelet is matter, value, purpose. So again, it's just a reminder. I always wear this necklace that has matter,
That's it.
value, purpose on it too.
This is
So
gold.
it's
She's
just
got
a-
the silver.
For me, it's always a wonderful, good reminder. Because sometimes we forget that, do we make a difference? Do we matter? Am I important? Do I have value? And, what's my purpose? What do I do? And sometimes I think you really need to start off with just the little things and then build upon that to remind yourself that, yeah, if you weren't here or if you didn't do this or if you didn't do that, look at how the impact wouldn't have happened in other people's lives. So anyway, I love these things and the bracelet. The MVP, matter, value, purpose.
Yeah, love it. Love it. All right, friend. Well, I've got a quote from Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Hang on for just a sec. I love that we end with something, and you're very good with coming up with something. I got to help you out with that too, but this was a good one. So go on.
Oh, yeah, because after this, we can still talk about some shout outs. I just thought I'd pop it in.
No, this is good.
Fight for the things that you care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you.
Yes.
Amen.
I think so, because if you believe enough in something, you should do it in a way that helps other people to see what you see, to believe in what you believe. Yeah. And especially when it can impact so many people.
So many people. Yeah. Well, you guys, we still have the 4 Fudge coffee combos that we're giving away. So put in there, I love Fudge.
Yes.
And we'll draw something.
And it's a little bag of coffee with our Fudge combo. So yeah.
Yeah. And it's our own blend of coffee.
Look at that. We love it so much. We want to give some away.
I know. I want to share and buy them for your friends. If you can't get on the contest, jump in and go to amyroloffslittlekitchen.com. Look for Izzy's prints coming up soon. And Amy's book is we still have an autograph book.
Yep.
My
book is still out there. It's available at Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. So if you haven't gotten one, or maybe a friend or something like that, that'd be great.
Yeah. I want to say hi to Amanda Tush. I couldn't see her last name, but hi, Amanda. Let's grab some more shout outs here.
I know here we got from Virginia. We got lots of people saying, I love fudge.
Because I love fudge. I already ate off my diet. It's too bad, my keto diet, but it's so good.
Good.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel so guilty. Well, at least I don't have to eat this coffee cake that I made.
Is it edible?
The only reason it did not turn out, people, because it's very important to make sure you put it in the right size pan.
Again,
silly me.
Again, you went missing 1 minute before we were supposed to go on, and we didn't know what was going on. I heard all this crashing in the background, thinking pots and pans are flying. And I said to Naveed, who's on here helping us produce this, I said, what is going on with Amy? And then you came back and said you almost caught the kitchen on fire. Oh. Uh-oh, I think your Instagram froze. Oh, there you go.
And so we got someone from Serbia, Long Island, Arkansas, South Carolina. We got Omaha.
Hutchinson, Minnesota, Janelle.
Yeah. Oh, lots of Pennsylvania. You guys, you know what this makes me want to do, Lisa?
What?
You know, our dream has always been, let's get in a not a Volkswagen. Oh, I would prefer a convertible Mustang.
Oh,
and then I don't know. It says no caller ID. I don't get those phones.
Yeah.
And so I want to go across country. Go to Utah. Go to New Jersey and Delaware.
We can stop and see everybody on our list here.
There's Sydney, Australia. I would love to do a road trip and And
Well,
just
when this COVID
okay.
slows down,
You know
we're
what
going to
would be,
do it.
you know what would be awesome? Sponsorship. If there's any sponsorships out there, you know what would be awesome? To go on a road trip and do these talks live in
From
all of
somebody
these
else's
various
kitchen.
areas.
Yes.
Yes. Would that be
And
so
cook
cool?
in their kitchen. We could cook in your kitchens.
Oh
we'll
my
come
gosh.
in and and have a coffee chat with our friends.
I think that would
Scotland. We're welcome in Scotland. Utah,
Oh, yeah.
Montana. Yeah.
I just think that, well, seeing all these
England.
people, you know, from everywhere, it makes me want to go and like visit.
I know. You know, once we get through this
Nebraska.
pandemic, we will do some of those things because they
We're
have
gonna
to be
do
on
it
our
one
bucket
year.
list. Oh yeah.
We're going to be two old ladies going across
Open
country.
road. Lucy and Ethel.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, we should go to somebody in every state. We should hit every state.
I think so. Bryce Canyon, Colorado, Bunn, North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would so love it. Adelaide, Australia.
You know what we should do?
Scotland.
Our friend David has a
Latin
motorcycle.
dance.
Motorcycle with a sidecar for sale. We should buy that and tour that.
Well, I would have to drive, so because
You would. I would have you drive. I think you're frozen on Instagram.
No, it's low battery. People, if
Iowa, Lorna from
I
Iowa.
let Lisa drive, we may not get there in time.
Okay, I'm the cautious driver, and Amy is the crazy woman flying around the corners, and it's dark and rainy. That is scary to me.
No, it's good. It's all good.
We're just kidding. I'm not
fun.
a good night driver because I can't see that well at night because I have contacts, and the way I have them at night, it's kind of a glare. So yeah, no, you could definitely drive, but we could take turns driving.
Well,
yeah, let's get Ford to sponsor us. We're going to get a brand new convertible Mustang for 30 days, and we'll hit.
Wait, 30 days? No, I'm talking.
Can we do it? 2 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cross country, let's make it
metal, baby.
What
about your husband? What's your husband going to say? You'll be married by then.
He can fly out and visit us somewhere.
He can, and my husband. We can have them come together. Oh, a cook-off. Ooh, wouldn't that be cool?
Well, the other thing is he could drive his motorcycle. We could be in a car or he and I drive in the car. You and Art are in the motorhome or whatever it is.
The glamper. I'll be in the glamper. We can drive that because we drive those vans. Yeah,
well,
I'll be in the glamper.
Don't be surprised if we happen to show up in your hometown one of these years. It's not going to happen tomorrow. One of these years. Yeah,
but that's definitely on our bucket list to do.
Yeah, we'll put our adventures on YouTube. On our YouTube
Decatur,
channel.
Indiana. Ruby from Decatur.
Yeah, Decatur, Indiana.
Decatur, Mexico.
Oh, Shipshawana. Oh my gosh, wait a minute, Indiana. Shipshawana? Boy, I have to look up where that is.
I better stay off the sidewalk. Stay off the sidewalk if you come to Hutchinson, Minnesota. Yeah, that is a good thing. If she's driving down the street, we better you better watch out.
No, I'm a good driver. I get there. I have fun.
Yeah, you do get there. You get there really fast.
I love taking detours too. So, well, we probably should. It's almost 5:30, Lisa. So.
Oh my gosh! All right. Hey, you're telling me. I'm usually the one telling you.
I know. You guys, thank you so much. I'm glad I didn't burn down my house. I am getting over a cold. It's don't worry, it's not COVID. It's sinus allergies. We get a lot of allergy stuff going on here.
Yeah, things blooming
in the Portland area. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, so excited.
It's our fun coffee chat. So cheers, my friends.
So just keep looking up on my Facebook or Instagram to find out when our next going live. I don't know what we're going to call this, but we should call it something. Two ladies with coffee. No.
It's our coffee chat.
Yeah, it's our coffee chat or
Where's your cup?
Live with Amy and Lisa. See right here.
All
see?
right. Cheers.
Cheers. Since
All
I've got a
right.
stove to clean out, or no, I have an oven to clean out
Just
right
put it
now.
on auto clean. Don't you have auto clean?
Well, I do, but okay, let me ask you this though. Do I take the
Okay.
racks out? I
Yes.
remember my oven at home, I needed to take the racks out.
Yes, take your racks out.
Okay, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, and then just use some oven cleaner on those. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So
All
maybe
right,
I'll
until
take,
next time.
oh, I know what I'll do. Okay, this is real life. I'll take a before
Before?
picture and an after picture.
Perfect. And post it so everybody here can see what happened.
And oh yeah, and then I'll take a picture of the coffee cake before that I put it in the totally wrong pan, and then the
It
one
melted
after.
over.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Okay, you guys, love you lots.
Good.
Thank you so
Love you
much for
lots.
joining.
Thank you. See you next
Lisa and I.
time.
Take care.
All
Have a
right.
good week. And what we always say, be kind, think kind. What was it, Lisa?
Stay kind.
Oh yeah.
Be kind,
kind.
think kind, and stay kind.
Think kind, be kind, stay kind. Always, always think kind. But thinking kind is a lot different than doing. So also do kind.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Be kind.
Thank you guys. Have a good
All right.
one.